Hey guys, this is Tom Hanks. Welcome to another stream. We're going to be playing some more automation and BeamNg, of course, today. So today I don't know, I kind of want to feel like doing something a little bit different from what I normally do. Like for the most part, we've taken the sort of sensible approach in these streams with the sort of cars we built. Or the sort of cars I've built, and well, today I want to do something that's probably not gonna be as sensible. So, gonna make a new car, and I want something with a really big engine bay. Let's see, typically cars with large wheelbases also have a big engine bay. I know that you can fit quite a big engine into this one. This might be even better though. I mean, yeah, trucks usually have gigantic engine bays as well, but their downside is, of course, that they have, well, awful aerodynamics. Hey, LHH GTS, how's it going? Because you see, I wanna fit a V16. This has a really, actually, it has a fairly small body overall. So I believe that this might probably be our best bet for now. Yeah, this has a fairly large engine bay, I would say. Not large enough though, we need something different. Probably can't fit it in here either, right? Can we? I want to go up to 15 liters because I want 2500 horsepower. I don't know why I didn't open that RAR file that I sent it you. Well, it's because I don't know what that RAR file is. I mean, I know what a RAR file is, but I have no idea why you sent me a RAR files rather than just the normal export file that, you know, we've always used. It was that, yeah, sure, okay, but I want the automation file rather than the BeamNg file. You know, I wanted to take a look at the car in automation first and then export it over and drive it in BeamNg. That's the way that I would like to approach things. Okay, I think this is close enough to 15 liters. We're gonna need real strong components here, because this is gonna be just absolutely crazy. I don't think we're gonna get much higher cam profile than 65, because we're not gonna be able to ref this very high. Two files were in there. You know, I don't want to argue with you here, but please next time just send me the regular car file. I can't use RAR files. Like this is a, like, I don't have a WinRAR license, so that would be a problem. Let's go up to 2 bars here, because we need a serious amount of oomph from this. I doubt we're gonna be able to put I doubt we're gonna be able to fit this in an all-wheel drive configuration, so yeah, things might be a little bit problematic here. Yeah, we need much bigger turbine. Maybe not that much bigger, honestly. Pretty good compressor though. Okay, so we can't possibly go any higher than that on the compressor. So the piston won't go any higher, we need more quality on that one. So much torque, yeah. Man. Now this isn't doing all that much anymore. Let's see, how much is this doing? It's actually doing quite a lot. $2,200. I guess some quality here won't. It doesn't do that much, honestly. So 65 seems to be the sweet spot, huh? Can we even? This does use everything there. Oh yeah, now that was pretty good. Okay. Is that V16? If that V16 was a 1.6 liter, it could have fitted the F1 category. Not quite, I don't think. It has to be a V6 for Formula 1, doesn't it? Wait, what were we doing before that gave us extra power? Oh yeah, turbine, I guess. Oh no, the intercooler as well. Oh, okay, it doesn't give us any more now. It doesn't really do much more at this point. I mean, I guess I could just as well do that. The pistons only hold up to 7100 RPM. That's an 8-inch. That's an 8-inch exhaust right there. You see, increasing the boost by itself doesn't really do that much anymore. Okay, turbine doesn't help anymore either. Why is this hurting? It's lowering the torque. Well, it turns out making a 2500 horsepower engine isn't as easy as it used to be. I mean, we can of course also increase this some more, and then that'll give us more room to do that, or increase the boost some more. Hey Scrances, how's it going? Yeah, I remember when you could make a 3k horsepower with a V8. Yeah, exactly. This is a 15 liter V16, and we're sort of struggling. At one point in compression is doing quite a lot though. Come on. Come on, something give me one more horsepower. This? But look at how flat the power curve is at the top end. Was normally yesterday you get to see my green geologically responsible most crowd, but this is good enough. Yeah. So this is what we're putting this into. First of all, what I want to do is window trim. I think this is the pillar. Yeah. So first of all, what I want to do is see if we can even make this all-wheel drive. And apparently we can. Oh boy. Holy shit. Look at this beauty of an engine. I don't think that's what anyone expects when when looking at this engine from the looking at this car from the outside. Yeah, it's just it's a reasonably sized, you know, sports coupe. It might have like a 300-400 horsepower, right? And then you see this and you're like, look at the size of those turbos too, man. Holy crap. Now this is gonna be fun. Yeah, estimated top speed is pretty high. We're gonna actually make this have pretty long gearing so that we can get any sort of traction whatsoever. If we can. But this makes the rear end almost Porsche-esque, doesn't it? And then of course we're gonna flare the wheel arches front and rear so that we can fit massive tires. I don't think that's all the way flared, but you know, master looking car with a V16, just great. I'm sure the amount of torque is going to tear this car apart. Yeah, I mean, the torque of this engine is, I mean, I don't know if we can even control it at all in Beam. Like, it's, I've never done anything like that yet in Beam. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna spend an hour on the design for now. I'm just gonna do something that works, I guess. And we can bother about the design later. First, I want to get some sort of design going on. And make sure that we can actually drive it at all in Beam, because that is my major concern right now. And yeah, this is 2020 and it gets like big round fog lights. It's you know, very contemporary, not old school at all. We are going to give this a lip on the front end, one on the back, and also a big rear wing, because otherwise there's no way this thing stays on the ground. Wondering how much liters per 100 kilometers. We'll find out in a second. Kind of like these. And then it definitely needs mirrors, although when you're accelerating as quickly as this thing is going to accelerate, you're not going to be able to see much of what you left behind anyway. It's kind of an awkward mirror placement. Put that a little bit closer to the driver. Should be good. Nobody needs door handles in 2020. The door is just gonna open on the at the press of a button. This does need a fuel cap though. In fact, it may need two. I would rather die in a Hennessy Venom GT. This is obviously gonna have like quad exhausts. Actually, in fact, let's use like this diffuser and then place these exhausts accordingly. And we need a big rear wing, of course. Not quite this big, maybe, but yeah, maybe not quite this big. But that's not a wing, that's a wing. Why even an antenna? Good point. And then let's just put some taillights on there. I don't know, maybe these. Wouldn't be the worst, I guess. And let's run it up with a badge right here. Oh yeah, and of course, automation number plate. I'm gonna worry a little bit more about the design later. For now, first, like I'm really aching to get this thing into Beam and drive it, especially on the quarter mile, dude. It's gonna be so crazy. That's not the thing that I wanted to. This is the thing I wanted to adjust. I think this could go through as a car now. Rear lights look like they're silently judging you. The taillights are not centralized. Anyway, let's go ahead and mess with the tune. Obviously we're gonna need sports compound tires. 305's not the worst, to be honest. Although is it gonna be enough for, you know, 2 million horsepower? We're gonna need some serious stopping power for this thing as well. Otherwise, you know, gonna give this an active wing, and then only 2 seats, sport interior, premium HUD, variable electric launch control, of course, and standard safety. It's actually not that bad. The economy is certainly not quite as bad as I thought it was gonna be. It's still pretty bad, of course. But okay. GT Premium is the only category in which it does well. It has 4 seats, so otherwise it should probably do extremely well here as well. Okay. 2.2 seconds, 432 kilometers an hour. It weighs a lot. But then again, how much of that is the engine? 450 kilograms. Okay. And that's despite the fact that we actually chose the lightest components available. So it's 8.7 on the quarter mile and another 12.1 seconds from there for the full mile. So it's 20.7 seconds for the full mile. And that's in automation. In Beam, the cars tend to be even faster. Yeah. Can you pop a wheelie in it? Probably if we do the tune right. So we need really soft front suspension. And then stiffen the rear up some. Now this thing should be able to do a wheelie because most of the power goes to the rear wheels as well. Okay, I'm gonna export this now. The question mark should be the little 2, so for power squared. So yeah, that did not get. Well, automation doesn't take that. Too much power then, okay. Save that. Export. I want to see just how fast this is in Beam. It's gonna be bonkers and it's gonna easily set a new record on the quarter mile, but the question is just how fast is it really? And is it even drivable at all? That is also true, Scron says, but at the same time, if it doesn't recognize the little 2, it probably won't recognize the little 3 either. So I'll switch over to Beam. And see what this can do. By the way, I think I finally figured out what is causing the sort of low quality of the stream when playing Beam and things are moving. It is just compression that comes from Twitch's side itself. So obviously they have servers that they want to maintain, and well, if everybody well, with how many streamers there are on Twitch, if everybody streams with huge files at any given moment, then the server might go down. As a result, they compress the files as they're coming in, and that will lead to well, poor quality when the files get too big. So because the recordings of Beam are completely fine, and also when I upload the OBS makes a file whenever I stream, and if I upload that, then the quality is completely fine, but only on the stream. And if I export the stream to YouTube, then the quality sucks. Okay, first things first. Too much power. There we go. It might actually have too much power. And just to be real with you, I'm gonna turn ESC off, because if we leave ESC on, then it's probably gonna slow us down immensely. So could the wheel spin, obviously, but I guess we're gonna have to find out. Oh. Still did a 10-7. But yeah, it cannot put the power to the ground at all. Who would have thought? Still a 9-7 there. Yeah, the car actually has too much traction on this surface, surprisingly. At the launch, at least. And as a result of that, it kind of hops, and because there's just too much traction, it doesn't even allow any wheel slip, surprisingly, with all that power. Are we going straight for once? Okay. Well, 8.2, I guess. I think I should definitely change the suspension setup and well, get rid of the stupid changes I made to try and make it wheelie, because it still doesn't wheelie. So it may as well launch better, right? Yeah, I'm gonna actually go back to automation and oh yeah, we can do that as well. Free roam. Now, how fast I can go before the strip ends while also braking in time, or just without braking? No braking. Okay. This is gonna be scary. Yeah, not gonna happen this time. $384, I think I saw. And that's quite the launch. The engine is still in there. Okay, now it's out. Okay. 384. Let's go back to automation and get rid of the stupid wheelie tune that didn't even result in a wheelie anyway. That's takeoff speed, it is. And we achieved that in what, 15 seconds? So that might actually be quicker than an actual airplane. Okay, so now let's okay. And if we remove the two rear seats, then all of a sudden we got a great hypercar. And more prestige, because we got less seats. More comfort too. It's more comfortable to have less seats. The car is now lighter as well, so in theory, first of all, I think we should also change the power distribution a little bit. Well, that doesn't help. I think this is the best so far. That's no bueno. 50-50 might be our best bet. I still want to keep a slight rear bias though, so I'm going to go with this. And then I think we should probably give this slightly wider rear tires still. Maybe go for like 325s all around. Okay. Also brake balance, how is that looking? Probably need bigger rear brakes, no? Okay. Okay. Should I give it some rear downforce? I don't think I should. Or front downforce, I mean. Yeah, actually we totally need quality and aerodynamics. So we can actually reach like 450 kilometers an hour. There we go. Awesome. How much fuel does it cost? Actually not as much as you might expect. 21.7 liters per 100 kilometers. That's still a lot, but I've had first year cars for sure. This is actually quite economical for 2500 horsepower. Let's save this and then export it again and see if it does any better now. Actually, with the fact that it didn't even manage to spin its wheels before, we might have made that worse by fitting even wider tires. So the launch might be atrocious now. But I guess we'll have to see. Okay, there it is. Let's see if we can do better than 8.1. Can we get into the 7s? You know, it definitely has enough power to do it. The question is, will it launch well enough? Does it have, you know, what it takes in that regard? And does it have the stability to actually, you know, keep going like a madman? That's too much grip actually. We have too much tire on this one. That was still an 8.6. I feel like we could have easily gotten a sub 8 on this one. Fuck, okay. I should be dead now. We did it, boys. Less than 8 seconds. Holy crap. The launch looks like someone learning to drive stick shift. Yeah, I guess we should shorten the gear ratios a little bit just so that it doesn't do that. We would get a much better launch. We might get some wheel spin, which could be scary with this much power, but it would allow us to launch more smoothly. Gotta change the stream title. 7-second drag car driven. Build a 7-second drag car. You know, just change the title in, so because I'm gonna obviously export this to YouTube later on, and we're gonna be a little bit clickbaity. Yeah, I think I am actually gonna go ahead and go back to automation and shorten the gear ratios a little bit. That should allow us to launch a little bit better. And then we should be able to get even better times. Rear suspension looks a bit soft. Yeah, I mean, we definitely do need to stiffen the suspension a little bit, and also actually we should probably raise the car a little bit. Like that. Then stiffen the suspension. And shorten the gear ratios. Like so, maybe. Yeah, okay. Let's try this. It's 2500.2 horsepower, so it's not like 2499 point something. We actually make a full 2500. Let's try this now. Oh, yeah, I forgot to switch over to automation, but haven't really missed much. Front and rear dampers and springs are all at 4000 now, as opposed to 3000, like they were before. Or actually 4.0 rather than 3.0. And then the gear ratio is now at 35 as opposed to 20. So that should make a big difference. And gonna go back to Beam in a second. And see if that helped. It should have, to be perfectly honest with you. So yeah, I think this is gonna be absolutely crazy. Maybe we should even go back to 305 tires all around. Better launch. But we got out of control faster as a result of that. Was that our best time yet? It was. I want to see just how fast this actually goes from 0 to 100. 1.78. It does stabilize later on. Yeah, but you're just going so freaking fast there. Oh, also the spoiler is broken. I didn't realize that until now. The braking time is actually pretty good. 8.2 seconds from 200 miles an hour down. I don't know what's crazier, the engine, the acceleration, or the control. Let's try this again. Once you get it straight in third gear and point it the way you want it to go, then it's actually fairly stable. But if you need to make any change in direction whatsoever, yeah, you might have a problem. Maybe this could actually do very well on the highway strip, and you know, obviously it should, because it's 1 mile of going straight. But on the other hand, keep in mind that this is not on grippy. This is not gonna be on grippy tarmac the same way that we had on the drag strip. Instead, this is gonna be on a normal highway road, so we are gonna encounter some wheel spin for sure. Oh shit. You gotta get through that. Somehow. Like, this is gonna be the most difficult part of this. Let's go through here. Nope, couldn't quite make it. Shit. Yeah, the toll gates are the most dangerous thing about this this course in a car like this. Just easy through there, and then full throttle from that point onward seems to be the way to go. That's a 21-second for a mile. And we eased off at the start, of course, as you saw. 21 seconds. Holy shit. For 1 mile. My god, this is fast. .7 even. Okay. We could be in the 19s if we would actually be able to launch the way we do on the drag strip, because you saw that the quarter mile checkpoint was actually a 9.1, 9.2. So we could be under 20 seconds if we got a similar launch to that. You can see that here, this is a 3/4 of a mile. This is the full mile. We took 3.5 seconds for a quarter mile there. I mean, obviously we were already rolling, but still. Shit, I tried to do it a little differently there. 20.6. What would the speed be from start to end of the highway? We just got to 425. We just got to 425 kilometers an hour, which is like 200 and what, 60, 270 miles an hour. Oh no! I thought that's not there when you're not doing the highway strip race. I thought you could just go straight on there. Oh no. Highway. Is this gonna be a different place? I don't know. No, it's exactly where we just were. Yeah, this car is power! Is there any way we can get onto that main highway where there's no barriers and we can go straight for even longer than we could on that highway? Probably shouldn't floor it here, but yeah, that's why. Oh, you know what we could do? We could just do something as simple as this. Where did we want to go? Here, right? And boom. Yeah, I'm spinning like a Beyblade. Yeah. That was something. That was 437, I think. Man, there's a barrier back there as well. 437, what is that in miles an hour? Let's find out. Go back to Imperial, forgot to do that before the stream. I saw 276 for a brief moment. 276. Yeah, I saw 276 miles an hour there briefly. Holy shit. Yeah. That rear end. Okay. But you know what? There is still one more question that needs to be answered. Can you drift with this car? Can you like actually drift with this car? That's, I think that's a very scary question to be answering in this car, but I mean, it's really, this has a slightly rear biased all-wheel drive power distribution. And it has obviously, you know, all the torque in the world to be drifting, but can you actually do it controlled, like in a controlled fashion, rather than just, you know, oh, I hit the throttle, now I'm dead. Yeah. See, the problem is, in second gear, you can actually somewhat drift. Like that. But you need to be aware that as soon as you get out of second gear, you're going way too fast for any sort of drift to be controllable. You know what? In this case, I don't think it would be better if it were rear-wheel drive only, because with 2500 horsepower to only the rear axle, well, you'd be spinning like a Beyblade, only on the ground this time, not in the air. I'm gonna reset the physics here. So the answer is, this car can drift, but really, realistically only in second gear. Anything else is way too fast to be drifting and actually moving on alive. Yeah, all-wheel drive drifting with this thing is actually pretty fun in the corners that allow for it. What would it do in the rally course? Good question, actually. Probably kill me, but I want to find out for myself. Yeah, because as I said, if you would make this car rear-wheel drive only, then there is absolutely no way that you would be able to control that that drift, because it would just spin immediately. You know, you got to consider that we have like what, 2,500 pound-feet of torque. If that goes to the rear wheels and goes to the rear wheels only, yeah, you're not in a good spot. It just accelerates way too fast for these tight corners. But it does want to rotate the rear end around, so it can drift, certainly. Yeah, it's way too much power for this tight of a playing field, so it's much more at home on the bigger automation track. Yeah. There was a brief moment of quarter throttle and we're already too fast. And it's too low to really be good here as well. Yeah, it doesn't like this one very much. Yeah, okay. But I do like it on the automation test track. I thought it was gonna be a lot worse. I mean, then again, I didn't even get close to trying to use its full potential, because you just can't. On a racetrack, you can never use 2,500 horsepower. It's impossible. Unless you have like brakes made of, I don't know what. It's brakes that slow you down at a significantly faster rate than you are accelerating. And in this case, I don't even know if such brakes are invented yet. This does 0 to 300 kilometers an hour faster than it stops from 300 kilometers an hour. So in that regard, I believe this may not even be road legal, because I think there's a law saying that every single car must brake faster than it accelerates, and that would not be the case for this one. So it can drift, only, you know, be aware that you gotta catch it again, and if you catch it while also using the throttle, you're suddenly going 50 miles an hour faster than before. Kicking the tail out in 4th gear in the all-wheel drive car. Yeah, this car makes everything below 200 kilometers an hour appear slow. Indeed. Look, we're doing like 60 miles an hour now. Now we're doing 160. Third gear drift. Yeah. I like it. Ah, yeah, that was bound to happen. Dude, this drifts actually pretty well when you get used to the way you have to drift in this thing. Which is use very little throttle through the drift, because if you do use throttle, be prepared that you're going to be doing 50 miles an hour more than before within a split second. And then if it swings back the other side, all of a sudden you find yourself getting propelled into a wall or a tree or something. Whoa! Like there. We started halfway down that main straight and still got to 190 miles an hour before having to brake. Now that's some power right there. shit. That was pretty nice too, felt so good. I'm slowly getting the hang of driving this car. Have you heard about the taxi challenge done by a random YouTuber? You mean, I think I know the guy you mean. I can't really pronounce his name, but he does automation and BeamNg content as well, right? He did a police car challenge just a few days ago, I believe, if we're talking about the same dude. And unfortunately I saw that too late, otherwise I would have wanted to enter. Yeah, that's his name, but I can't really pronounce his first name. So that's why I didn't say it. Yeah. Power sliding at like 120 miles an hour in an all-wheel drive car. The rules are a bit odd, but I really had to laugh when they sent in a trap hunt for the taxi challenge. Yeah, man, a trap hunt. That's this car probably has like 100 times as much power as a Trabant had, doesn't it? Yeah, I think this has 100 times as much power. Maybe even more. How much power does the Trabant have? Not a lot, I know that much. $18 horsepower, so this has like 130 times as much power, roughly 133 times. And that's what I meant earlier. Like you saw that I switched to third gear at the end of that drift. All of a sudden I was going 140 miles an hour. Yeah, I can't slow down in time again. Like the brakes are this thing's biggest weakness, and the brakes are really strong. But the engine is even stronger, and that's exactly the problem. Drifting at 135 miles an hour in an all-wheel drive car, which just wants to spin all four wheels at all times, apparently. Yeah, we can't possibly brake. We can't possibly brake in time there. Yeah, just the brakes are just gone at this point. There's just so much, not only so much speed to slow down from, also so much mass to slow down, because obviously you saw this car weighs like 2.1 tons. Metric tons, that is, so 2100 and a little bit kilograms, or nearly 5,000 pounds. Good luck slowing down 5,000 pounds coming in at like 200 miles an hour or more. That was a nice drift, that felt so good. And yeah, now I'm off the road. Yeah, after getting out of this car, everything else is gonna feel slow, even like a 600 horsepower supercar. Isn't there a route from the racecourse to the dam? Yes, there is. My brakes weren't working there for a second. And let's go there actually, right now. Yeah. This car is massively powerful, but it's not actually that big. Still too low to go over the curbs. Yeah, we broke something on the suspension, and now we broke the rear wing as well. Whoa! What happened there? Oh, come on. Well, let's try again. Let's drive in a very civilized fashion this time. As much as that's actually possible on this car. Yeah. Let's see if I can actually make it to the dam in one piece without having to reset from here. We're going down here pretty much as quickly as anything else, but only in like extremely low revs, because this car is barely even trying. And now, if I'm not mistaken, we should be getting there in just a moment. Yep. Take the left path here, and we'll be right there. There it is. Gonna turn ESC on for this. Actually, no. Let's leave it off. Okay. Can it fly? I would say yes, probably. Like if that wasn't proof enough for you. But the question is, can it actually make it up here, or does it have too much wheel spin? That's my next question. Okay, easy. Whoa! We made it back almost to the freaking racetrack. The wheel is almost there. You see it? Ouch. That's what I thought. That's what I thought was gonna happen last time. Okay. I'm gonna see how quickly this does 0 to 62 actually on this racetrack, rather than on the drag strip. .67 seconds here, okay? Alrighty then, I think we've built a car this time. We've built a really crazy car. And we've done pretty much everything with it, really, haven't we? We've quarter-miled it, we've full-miled it to set new records on both of those. We've driven it around the racetrack, around the rally track. We jumped down the dam. I think I've done everything with this, so I'm gonna call it for today. Of course, I'm gonna be streaming again next Saturday and Sunday at 4 p.m. GMT again, just like today, and hope to see you guys there. So yeah, for today I'm gonna call it, and hope to see you guys next Saturday. Bye bye.